Hey guys, welcome to my channel Miss Recap. Today I am going to explain 2020 adventure crime drama movie, The Paramedic. At the beginning of the film, we are shown a car accident resulting in the injuries of 5 people. After a short while, an ambulance arrives at the scene to assist the injured. One of the medics named Angel responds immediately and is accompanied by his colleague, an ambulance driver named Ricardo. We can also see the Angel has a bad habit of stealing the victim's belongings. They both immediately take the victim into the ambulance and then head back to the hospital. The scene then shifts to Angel's personal life outside of work, where he lives in an apartment with his girlfriend, Vanessa, whom he refers to as Vane. Angel is really hoping to have a child with Vane soon, but until now, Vane still can't get pregnant after their efforts. Plus, Angel is confident that he is still fertile and that Vane's fertility is the reason they have not been able to have a child. One day, Angel decides to a fertility test by having his sperms checked at the hospital. But he is taken aback once the doctor informs him that his sperm count is low and that his sperm movement is minimal. Doctor advises Angel to undergo assisted reproductive technology in order to increase her chances of having a child. During his stay in his apartment, he has trouble sleeping because his neighbor's dog barks constantly every night. Plus, Vanessa is always returning home late due to her studies. One day, Angel and Ricardo get a call that there has been an accident. They rush to the scene of accident right away. When they arrive at the location, Angel and Ricardo immediately takes the victim into their ambulance. On their way to the hospital, the victim suddenly has a convulsion, which causes Angel to panic. It also makes Ricardo, who is driving his ambulance, loses his concentration, resulting in a terrible accident that involves both of them as well as the patient. Unfortunately, since the day of the accident, Angel has been paralyzed in both of his legs. He must rely on a wheelchair to get around and carry on with his daily activities. In addition, Angel's duties as a paramedic are also terminated by the hospital due to his foot disability. In his current state, Angel is just sitting in his apartment, unable to work, and he only relies on disability benefits from the hospital. Vane is sad to see Angel's condition now. She assists Angel with his daily activities, preparing meals and doing other things. Angel also frequently attends recovery training, slowly walking to recover his legs with the help of his assistant, Sandra. After experiencing this paralysis, Angel's attitude gets even worse. He is more likely to get angry and insecure with his girlfriend. In the middle of the night, he becomes suspicious when he sees the contact of a man named Roberto on Vanessa's cell phone, because Vanessa has frequently chatted with him recently. Angel tries to ask Vanessa about Roberto, and Vanessa responds that he is her classmate, who always helps her with her assignments. However, Angel still has doubts and can't believe what she said, and he looks for a video tutorial for spying on someone from his cell phone. The following day, he is visited by Ricardo, who wants to express his regret to him for his negligence. But Angel still looks angry and does not want to see Ricardo again. When Vanessa is about to leave for college, Angel asks Vanessa to buy him an ice cream for the shop near their apartment. After Vanessa has left, Angel takes Vanessa's cell phone. He then installs the hacker app in order to connect the tracker and some features that allows him to see what she is doing. Not long after, Vanessa returns with an ice cream for him. She then says her goodbye before going to college and takes her cell phone, which has been installed with the hacker application. After Van left, Angel immediately takes his laptop to install the same application. He then connects his laptop to Vanessa's cell phone. As a result, all of Vanessa's activities can be secretly monitored by Angel. This includes everything from the recording of Vanessa's conversation as well as videos of Vanessa's activities through her camera. On his way to his recovery session, Angel bumps into Vicente and Angel is angry at him because of his dog keeps making noise. Vicente tries to explain that he has to wait every night for his wife, who is currently at the hospital, and has to leave his dog alone in his apartment. During their dinner, Angel tells Vane that he is getting better, but he instead thinks that Vanessa no longer cares about him after seeing how she responds to his news. Vanessa then says that she got a job offer at a veterinary clinic and will work part-time while completing her studies. But Angel does not seem to agree with that because it will reduce Vanessa's time with him. They have an argument before Vanessa decides to leave the apartment. Angel returns to his routine by spying on Vanessa, who is discussing with Roberto, her classmate. The following morning, Angel expresses his frustration on Vanessa, who does not have time for him. Angel tells her that she forgot to prepare his medication, despite the fact that he has hidden it in the first place. This makes Vanessa feel annoyed because she is always blamed for her actions. She then goes out back to buy Angel a medicine. At this point, Angel can no longer stand the sound of Vicente's dog barking all the time. Therefore, he begins to the sadistic where he inserts needles into the piece of meat. After that, Angel goes to the park, where Vicente and his dog usually go to get some fresh air. He gives the meat to Vicente's dog in the hope that he will succeed in killing the dog with it. In the evening, Angel continues to monitor Vanessa, who is talking to her friends about Angel's angry behavior towards her. Through their conversation, her friend tells Vanessa to leave Angel so she will not be scolded anymore. But Vanessa replies that she can't leave him in the current situation. Angel, who hears his, feels offended by her conversation, and he is offered that Vanessa will really leave him. After that, he tries to prepare Vanessa's favorite dish for dinner with her. During their dinner, he apologizes for his behavior to Vanessa and thanks Vanessa for taking care of him. Angel then asks if they can do it again because who knows if Vanessa will get pregnant this time. But when they both do it, it turns out the Angel can no longer feel anything because of his paralysis. While Angel is taking a shower, Vanessa receives a message from her friend. But strangely, she notices that the notification on her phone Angel's laptop sound at the same time. When she enters Angel's room, she checks his laptop and notices the stalking application that has been installed on her cell phone, when finally realizes that Angel has been spying on her for a long time. Vanessa feels unsafe about Angel's actions and she immediately put her belongings into her suitcase. Without wasting any time, Van immediately leaves, Angel alone in his apartment. Angel, who has finished taking a shower, finally realizes that Vanessa has already found out what he has done, and she has already left him. The scene then continues to a few months later, on the day of the Christmas celebration. Angel simply celebrates it on his own, carrying on with his daily routine without the assistance of Vanessa anymore. He still regularly undergoes leg recovery training with Sandra. After a few months left by Vanessa, Angel begins to feel lonely and he tries to take a taxi to Vanessa's workplace to monitor her condition. He notices that Vanessa is being picked up by someone and Angel can't accept the fact that the person turns out to be his own friend, Ricardo. He follows them from behind as they make their way to a destination. Angel's heart is breaking even more as he witnesses them entering the baby supply store. He realizes that Vanessa is now pregnant, is now expecting Ricardo's child. In his apartment, Angel seems to be planning something. He then goes to meet his ex-colleague and buy a morphine or an anesthetic in the laboratory where he previously worked. After everything is done, on the next day he returns to wait for Vanessa at some place. Angel follows Vanessa from behind and calls out to her. When Vanessa sees Angel again, she is not happy with his presence. Plus, she does not want to see him again, but Angel still wants to talk to her as well as say goodbye. Well, Vanessa feels sorry for him, then calls him and agrees to accompany him to his apartment. As soon as they arrive at the apartment, Angel invites her to come inside because her belongings, including her passport, are still in his apartment. He tells her to take it from his grandma's room. Unfortunately, as Vane wants to take her belongings, Angel suddenly injects her with anesthetic from behind. As a result, the anesthetic injection succeeds in making Vanessa faint shortly after. When she regains consciousness, she realizes that her hands and feet has been tied to the bed. Angel then plays a loud song inside the room before he locks Vanessa in the room. He then takes Vanessa's cell phone and brings it with him out of his apartment. After that, he opens her cell phone where he finds a message from Ricardo, who is looking for Vanessa. Angel replies to the chat and says that Vanessa should stay away from Ricardo. and we can't take care of this baby. Angel then throws Vanessa's cell phone into the river. After that, he goes back to his apartment and returns to Vanessa, who has been held captive in the room. Angel turns off the song that is still playing and takes out the claws in Vanessa's mouth. Vanessa, who is still afraid, then screams again for help. As a result, Angel closes her mouth and then anesthetizes her once more. While he is on his way home from his leg recovery session, he is suddenly approached by Ricardo, who is looking for Vanessa's whereabouts. Angel acts as if he is unaware of their relationship while Ricardo explains it to him. He then says that he has not seen her in a long time and that he needs to leave Ricardo due to his pain. In his apartment, Vane has wake up and she sees that she is no longer tied up. Vanessa thinks that she has a chance to escape, but when she tries to move, it turns out that her legs are being injected with epidural fluid, a fluid that temporarily paralyzes her legs. Well, Vanessa, who is unable to walk, keeps trying to escape from the room but can't do so since the door is locked. After that, Angel gets a voicemail from Ricardo. Ricardo says that he wants to report Vanessa's loss to the police because he begins to suspect that Angel has something to do with this. During their dinner, Angel feeds Vanessa with some food. He is very proud to be able to have a child soon, even though it is not his own. When Angel is incautious, Vanessa immediately grabs a beer bottle and smashes Angel's head with it. She tries to escape from the room while screaming for help. But Angel, who is still in pain, immediately takes his anesthetic injection and manages to anesthetize Vanessa again. Not long after, Vicente comes knocking on Angel's door. He suspects that it is Vanessa's voice that is screaming for help in his room. Since Vicente is threatening to call the police, Angel then invites Vicente to enter his room. Just as he expected, Vicente is shocked to see Vanessa laying on the floor. But from behind, Angel takes his knife and stabs Vicente many times until he dies. After that, he contacts his criminal friend named Fermin to come to his apartment. When Fermin arrives at Angel's apartment, Angel gives Fermin some money to clean Vicente's body out of his apartment. Fermin agrees and takes Vicente's dead body into his truck. The following day, the police come to Angel's apartment and inquire about Vanessa's disappearance report of Vanessa from Ricardo. Angel answers all of the questions casually and does not make them think he is being suspicious. As soon as a police officer spots Angel's medication on the table, he informs them that it is medication for his neuropathic pain. The police understand Angel's condition now, and they leave his apartment. However, they did not know that in reality, Angel had actually found the keys to Ricardo's apartment in Vanessa's bag, and he planned something bad with the key he found. Meanwhile, at Ricardo's house, Ricardo was reporting Vanessa's loss to the police. The moment Ricardo enters the toilet, it turned out that Angel had already behind the curtain of the bathtub, and Angel immediately injected Ricardo with an anesthetic, causing him to pass out. Following that, Angel carefully added the poison mixture to Ricardo's alcoholic drink, then drank the alcoholic directly into Ricardo's mouth. After that, he erased his tracks by leaving the poison on the table, making it appear as if Ricardo had killed himself. After the police leave, Angel goes to Vanessa's room to take her to breakfast. Well, Vanessa is now starting to move using the same wheelchair as Angel. Vanessa can only surrender to all that Angel has done to her. Angel then shows a ring as a symbol of his seriousness in proposing to Vanessa as his wife. But Vanessa does not answer his marriage proposal and instead goes to the toilet. She takes a nail clipper and plans to do something with it. In the middle of the night, Angel realizes that Vanessa has a fever and he will go to the pharmacy to buy medicine. Vanessa takes advantage of the situation and uses the nail clipper she brought earlier to untie the rope, and she is able to untie all of it. But Vanessa's legs are still paralyzed, so she has to shuffle out of her room. She takes a screwdriver to break into the bedroom door lock. Vanessa finally makes it out of the room, and she realizes that she won't be able to go back in again. She immediately moves out of Angel's apartment into an elevator. But unfortunately, it turns out that Angel has returned from the pharmacy. Vanessa tries to leave from there through the stairs. Angel also quickly chases after her, making him feel desperate enough to go down the stairs with his wheelchair. Angel manages to grab Vanessa's leg, but Vanessa continues to fight him off, and it makes Angel almost fall off the stairs. At this point, Vanessa is still keeping the screwdriver in her shirt pocket and stabs Angel multiple times with it. until Angelis finally falls to the ground floor before the film ends. We are shown that Angel is actually still alive, but he is now completely paralyzed, which makes him unable to move at all. A male nurse then comes to see him with a woman who claims to be his girlfriend, and it turns out that the woman is the one he kidnapped before. Vanessa stares at Angel with a scary expression on her face, as she sarcastically says that she will take care of Angel from now on. In the end, she pushes Angel's wheelchair out of the hospital with an evil smile on her face. The movie ends here. Thanks for watching. If you like it, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel.